Hi everyone, I am Katie Novak and I am an educator and a UDL consultant. And you might be like, what on earth does UDL stand for? And it's really about universal design for learning. And it's this idea that as learners, we all need very, very different things. We learn in different ways, we need different materials to help us learn, and we share what we know in different ways. And when an educator provides a lesson that's universally designed, there's lots of different options and choices for us as learners to make decisions. And so I am here today to talk to you, students, about why UDL is so important for you and what it means to be an expert learner. Now, hear me out. You might be thinking like, school, like I'm either good at school or I'm not good at school. And that's all hodgepodge. It has nothing to do with being good at school. An expert learner is someone who knows how to learn and knows how they learn best. And this is something that you're going to need for your whole entire life, because I am telling you, when you leave school, there's going to be things that you want to know, and there's going to be things that you're going to want to learn how to do. And if you don't know how to learn, you're going to be kind of stuck, because right now, a lot of your learning might be supported by amazing, brilliant educators, and you kind of do what they tell you, and that's awesome. But here's the thing. When you get older, you're going to be kind of competing for jobs with robots, and robots are very good at doing what we tell them, and they can do it much quicker. And they don't make a big mess. And, I have 4 kids, so believe me, I get it. So an expert learner is somebody who is like really, really motivated. Okay. They have a goal and they're like, I want to get there. And all of you have goals already. You have dreams of what your future is going to look like. And you have to try to figure out how you're going to get there. And the reality is there's not one pathway to get there. There's lots of different ways you can get there, but you always have to remember what the goal is. And so when your teachers share, you know what, this is the goal. You're going to have to know, what the causes of the Civil War. You're going to have to be able to write an essay. That might seem like, well, that's not something that I super duper want to achieve. Not like my vision board, not like my life goals, but the practice of learning how to work towards a goal by being resourceful and by being really strategic will help you for your whole entire life. So when an educator gives you a goal, in a universally designed classroom, they would give you a number of options and choices for how you're going to learn what you need to learn. And they might start off with a mini lesson, but then they're going to say like, would it be beneficial for you to learn from a video or by, looking at a textbook or by meeting with me in a small group? And the first time you get that option, you're going to want to throw a party because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I love videos. I want to watch videos. The question is, are videos a great way to help you to learn? Because as you get older, if you want to learn how to change a tire, or you want to learn to ski, or you really want to understand, why a virus spreads, like what we're dealing with right now with COVID-19, what you want to do is you want to know how you learn best. And so your teachers are going to give you options and choices, and you're going to do a little bit of trial and a little bit of error and a little bit of failure. And you're going to go through this process that a really, really great teacher named Mike Anderson calls choose, do, review. Okay, you're going to make your choice. When a teacher gives you options, you're going to make your choice. And you're going to do it based on what you feel like is going to best help you to meet that goal. So I might say, my husband, Lon, he is choosing the book and I just want to sit near him. So I'm going to choose a book, and maybe I really, really struggle with reading. And so that might not be the best way to help me to learn. The other thing that's important is when you're making a choice, you really have to think of what the goal is. So if the goal is that you're going to write, okay, all of the choices are going to require you to write. But the question might be, do you need to see an exemplar? Do you need to see an example of what it's going to look like when it's done? Do you need to see a graphic organizer so you can better organize your ideas? Okay, you want to know what you need in order to be successful. And this requires you to choose. And then whatever you choose, you're going to try it. You're just going to do it. You're going to try it. You're going to commit to your choice. The most important part here is you're going to review. You're going to say, did the choice that I made allow me to get closer to the goal? Was it a good choice? If so, you have to keep making choices that are similar to that. And if it was not a good choice, That's good too. Now you know what doesn't work. You have to change your strategy a little bit. And let's say that you chose to watch a video and then you didn't remember anything. It might not be that watching a video is not a great choice. It might be that while you're watching the video, it's better to take notes, for example. So you have to try a lot of things. You're basically doing research on your own brain about how you are able to get the information that you need and then how you're able to express what you know. So in some ways, a lot of the times you might be thinking about like, oh, tests. I have to do tests. And UDL is not about tests. Sometimes tests are a great way to measure that you've met a standard, but sometimes teachers are going to provide you with some other choices as well. And they're going to say, I need to know that you know the causes of a civil war. What's the best way for you to share that with me? Do you want to record a video? Do you want to make an infographic? Do you want to write an essay? And again, you might be like, I don't know. But here's the thing is someday in life, your boss or someone you love is going to say to you, can you explain to me that you know this? And you're going to go back into your expert learning brain and you're going to be like, boop, boop, boop. Oh, I know how I can do this really, really well. Okay, I know that this is an area where I can really express what I know. And I know what resources that I need to get prepared. And I know how I'm going to learn it. And then I'm going to reflect afterwards and ask for feedback and say, like, could I have done it any better? So that's what it means to be an expert learner. It doesn't mean that you're good at memorizing things. It doesn't mean that you're naturally a great writer or that you just love a certain subject. It means that you know the most about how you learn. And that might change over time. And you're always willing to try new things and you're always willing to reflect and say, did this work for me or not? So the strategy that I'm teaching you is to make a choice, to do that choice, and then to review that choice. Did it work for you? And if it did, keep moving in that direction. And if it didn't, take another pathway. And that's what being an expert learner is all about.